Hello, I'm Max Hitchins. What you're about to hear has an enormous impact on me every time I hear it. And I want to share it with you and your teenage sons and daughters and their friends. It could save their lives. Do you remember what it was like when you were a teenager? Do you remember feeling indestructible, particularly when you were driving a car? Ah, the feeling of freedom, the need for speed. Wow, what a charge, what a thrill. It wasn't much of a thrill for me when, as a 17-year-old, I had a head-on collision with a semi-trailer. I was driving my dad's car. I was driving much too fast. I remember the speedo showing 80 miles an hour. That's about 130 kilometres an hour. And I had 3 friends in the car with me. Boy, was I cool. Oh, I cringe every time I think about that day. My dad's car was horribly smashed. We all should have been killed in that smash. But we were incredibly lucky. The policeman said he could not believe how anyone could have gotten out alive, but we did. Apart from getting out alive, the only benefit from the accident was it totally changed my attitude to driving a car. My brother wasn't quite so lucky. A few years ago on Christmas Day, he was changing a flat tyre on his car. A drunk, crazily speeding on a motorbike, attempted to pass another car on the curbside where my brother was and slammed into him as he was lifting the spare tyre out of the boot. The impact drove him into the trunk of the car and the open boot lid ripped the top of his head off. I remember going to the intensive care ward to see him. It was awful. His head was swathed in bandages, about twice its normal size. I'll never forget that image. But I invite you now to listen to someone, and you might change your attitude to driving too.
The day I died was an ordinary school day. How I wish I had taken the bus. But I was too cool for the bus. I remember how I conned Mum to give me the car. Special favour, I pleaded. All the kids drive. When the 3:15 bell rang, I threw my books in the locker. Free until tomorrow morning. I ran to the parking lot, excited at the thought of driving a car and being my own boss. Doesn't matter how the accident happened. I was showing off, going too fast, taking crazy chances. But I was enjoying my freedom and having fun. The last thing I remember was passing an old lady who seemed to be going awfully slow. I heard a crash, a terrific jolt. Glass and steel flew everywhere. My whole body seemed to be turning inside out. I heard myself scream. Suddenly, I awakened. It was very quiet. A policeman was standing over me. I saw a doctor. My body was mangled. I was saturated with blood. Pieces of jagged glass were sticking out all over. Strange that I couldn't feel anything. Hey, don't put that sheet over my head. I can't be dead. I'm only 17. I've got a date tonight. I'm supposed to have a wonderful life ahead of me. I'm about to leave school. I haven't lived yet. I can't be dead. Later, I was placed in a drawer at the morgue. My parents came to identify me. Why did they have to see me like this? Why did I have to look at my mum's eyes when she faced the most terrible ordeal of her life? Dad suddenly looked very old. He told the man in charge, "Yes, that's my daughter." The funeral was weird. I saw all my relatives and friends walk toward the casket. They looked at me with the saddest eyes I'd ever seen. Some of my friends were crying. A few of the girls touched my hand and sobbed as they walked by. "Please, somebody, wake me up. Get me out of here. I can't bear to see Mum and Dad in such pain. My grandparents are so weak with grief, they can barely walk. My brother and sister are like zombies. They move like robots, in a daze. Everybody. No one can believe this. I can't believe it either. Please don't bury me. I'm not dead. I have a lot of living to do. I want to laugh and run again. I want to sing and dance. Please don't put me in the ground. I promise, if you give me just one more chance, God, I'll be the most careful driver in the whole world. All I want is one more chance. Please, God, I'm only 17.